you know that sometimes crimes occur in ways that truly unsettle you? The method of execution and the aftermath of such incidents are deeply disturbing. Many cases have resulted in the death penalty from the court, but it is rare that the punishment is actually carried out, as decisions often change by the time they reach the higher courts. This is a horrifying incident in which an entire family was destroyed, an event that people still cannot forget. Hello friends, how are you? Today, we are going to talk about the Rajkhova family case. This story begins in the northeastern state of Assam, India. There is a district here called Dhubri, also known as Dabri. This event took place in 1969. During that time, a judge named Upendra Rajkhova worked in the session court. He was around 60 years old and was nearing the end of his career. He was about to retire soon. His last posting was in the Dabri district and session court. Before that, he had served in many districts of Assam. His real home was in Guwahati. He had been married for about 30 to 35 years. His family included his wife and 3 daughters. His wife was named Puchali Rajkhova. His eldest daughter was named Nirmali Rajkhova. His second daughter was named Linu, and his youngest daughter was named Rupali. Upendra Nath's wife and children stayed at his brother-in-law Barda Sharma's house. Since Upendra Nath was a judge, he was frequently transferred to different districts. As there was no guardian at home, his family stayed with his uncle. His own house was rented out to ensure its upkeep. In 1969, Upendra Nath was posted to the Dabri district and session court, where he retired in 1970. When he was posted, the judge's bungalow assigned to him was not yet ready, so he initially had to stay at the Dabri Circuit House. A circuit house is a guest house for government employees. When employees are transferred, they are provided with a government house, so until the house is ready, they stay in the guest house. This was also the case with Judge Upendra Nath. He came alone, leaving his family behind in Guwahati because the children were in college. After a few days, Upendra Nath was allotted the judge's bungalow, and he shifted there with his family. The bungalow was a large property with several servants, drivers, and staff members. Some lived nearby, and others stayed in the servants' quarters. Judge Upendra Nath resumed his duties at court. His family, including his wife and daughters, would occasionally visit him. Then, on February 2nd, 1970, Judge Upendra Nath retired. His family had arrived by then. As a result, Upendra Nath was supposed to vacate the government bungalow, but he delayed doing so. He was granted a couple of months' grace period to arrange for another place to live. His servants were also still working at the bungalow. After his retirement, another judge, Mr. N.K. Chowdhury, was assigned to the district, but he had to stay at the circuit house until Upendra Nath vacated the bungalow. Upendra Nath stayed with his family in the bungalow for a while longer. If it is discovered, something unfortunate will happen. After staying at Satyaprakash house for 3 days, Upendra Nath leaves. As he is leaving, Satyaprakash asks him, "Where are you going?" He replies, "There is a hotel in Siliguri, Savai Hotel. I will stay there." His son, Jay Prakash, tells all this to Barda Sharma. After finding out, his brother-in-law goes directly to the Dabri police station, where he talks to the officer in charge. Later, on July 25, 1970, Barda Sharma, a relative, and the officer in charge reach Savai Hotel. They inquire at the reception if someone named Upendra Nath Rajkumar is staying there. After checking, they find a booking for room number 3. They, along with some hotel staff, go to room number 3. They knock on the door, which opens to reveal none other than Upendra Nath Rajkhova. Seeing his brother-in-law and the others, he is startled. Barda Sharma asks him for the exact addresses of his sister and 3 nephews and says, "Please show us the address and take us there." Upendra replies, "They are in Darjeeling." The brother-in-law insists, "Give us the address and take us there." But he neither gives the address nor agrees to go, meaning he is lying. After intense questioning, Upendra says, "I can't speak, but I'll write it down." A pit was dug, and the soil was removed. Later, because of exams, both younger daughters. The bolt came off. On February 10th, it was Saraswati Puja. Upendra gave all the servants the day off and said, "Go to the fair." He himself, along with his wife and eldest daughter, went to the fair. The staff were also accompanying them. Later, P and Shahid, after roaming the fair, went back home as his house was nearby. Then P and Bigan Prasad and another servant of the bungalow, Umish Bezia, also came to the servant quarters. Upendra and his family returned to the house by around 8:30 p.m. Gagan Prasad noticed that Upendra had come into the bungalow compound and started a bonfire to warm up. It was February, the cold season. After some time, his wife and eldest daughter also came over and joined him by the fire. By 10 p.m., dinner was prepared, and everyone went to bed. The next morning, February 11th, everyone started their usual tasks. Then the servants realized that both the mistresses, Upendra's wife and eldest daughter, were not around. P and Bigan Prasad asked Upendra about it, and he replied, "There was an emergency, and they had to go to Guwahati. I dropped them off at the bus stop." This seemed strange because the house had so many servants and drivers who could have taken them. The rest of the staff resumed their work. P and Bigan Prasad went to the market for some work. When he returned, he saw red water flowing from the bathroom drain. Wastewater from the bathroom was leaking out, and the cover was missing. So, Bigan Prasad immediately rushed to Upendra's bathroom, which was attached to the bedroom. There, he saw Upendra washing some clothes. This was the first time he had seen Upendra wash clothes. Normally, it was the servants who did the laundry. Upendra was sitting idle, thinking to himself, "I'll do this work." He was washing a bedsheet, pillow covers, pajamas, and a shirt. The bedsheet and pillow covers were red, so Bigan Prasad thought the clothes might be bleeding color. When he stepped outside the bungalow, his attention was drawn to another detail. The pit near the bathroom had been filled with soil. It was leveled as if there had never been a pit there. When he asked Upendra about it, he replied, "The plants will take time to come, and the pit was dangerous. Someone could fall into it, so I had it filled." It meant that, overnight, both his wife and daughter had disappeared, and the pit was filled as well.